Good morning, Carroll County. I will be brief because we actually do have a lot of things going on this morning. Just two quick announcements. We do have the Mount Airy Volunteer Fire Company's open house this Friday night. So if you're in Mount Airy, come out and say hi to your local volunteer fire company. As always, we want you to support them. But it's always a fun time, and the weather's going to be great, and it's the best view in Carroll County. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, show up at the fire station. You'll see what I mean. You look west towards Frederick, and you see the valley and the Appalachian Mountains. It's just beautiful. And I want to make a quick announcement. I want to congratulate the Carroll County CCVISA, Carroll County Volunteer Emergency Services Association. For people who are not familiar with them, that is the organization that represents all the volunteers and all 14 of our volunteer fire companies. Last week, I don't have any pictures, I should have, but they conducted what essentially was a junior firefighter event at the Public Service Training Center. It was a huge success. They had about 70 to 80 juniors participating over the weekend. Great turnout. We had about 8 or so folks from the Mount Airy area. So again, my thanks and appreciation and congratulations to CCVISA for putting on one heck of an event last weekend at the Public Service Training Center. It was fantastic and very well attended. And next week is Fire Prevention Week, and we've got some folks here. We had a little bit of change in the roster. We've got Chief Mike Robinson. He's the Director of Department of Fire and EMS. We've got Lieutenant Ballard here from representing the Department of Fire and EMS, and he's down in my neck of the woods at Mount Airy, if I'm not mistaken. Susan Mott is the Vice President of CCVISA, and she's here with us. And Rick Baker, who is Chair of the Emergency Services Advisory Council. Welcome to you all. I guess I'll start out by reading the proclamation. How's that sound? So, just to set the tone here. So next week is Fire Prevention Week. Interesting message in here as well, which I think is very important, and people actually need to pay attention to this. So Fire Prevention Week is next week, October 5th to October 11th. Carroll County is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all those living in Carroll County and visiting. And fire remains a serious public safety concern, both locally and nationally, and the presence of lithium-ion batteries in many household devices introduces unique fire risks. And most of the electronics used in homes daily, including smartphones, tablets, laptops, etc., are powered by lithium-ion batteries, which, if misused, damaged, or improperly charged, can overheat, start a fire, or actually explode. The National Fire Prevention Association reports an increase in battery-related fires, underscoring the need for public education on the safe use of lithium-ion batteries. And residents should follow 3 calls to action: buy only listed products, charge batteries safely, and recycle them responsibly. Lithium-ion batteries store a large amount of energy in a very small space, and improper use, such as overcharging, use of off-brand chargers without safety certification, or exposing batteries to damage, can result in a fire or explosion. The proper disposal and recycling of lithium-ion batteries helps prevent environmental hazards and reduces fire risks in the home and community. And Carroll County's first responders are dedicated to reducing the occurrence of fires through prevention, safety education, and community outreach. And so 2025 Fire Prevention Week theme is Charge into Fire Safety, lithium-ion batteries in your home. It serves to remind us of the importance of using, charging, and recycling lithium-ion batteries safely to reduce the risk of fires in homes and communities. Therefore, we, the Board of Carroll County Commissioners, do hereby proclaim October 5th to October 11th, 2025 as Fire Prevention Week. And thank you all for being here. Chief Robinson.
Thank you. And we appreciate the commissioners recognizing this week, and I'd like to say that fire prevention is actually a year-round program. Fire Prevention Week actually dates back to the anniversary of the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, and in 1922, the first Fire Prevention Week occurred, and it's actually the longest-running health and safety week in the United States. Lithium-ion batteries, everyone is familiar with them. Right now, anybody that's wearing a cell phone has a lithium-ion battery. Consumer electronics are a big part of lithium-ion batteries, electric cars, and the future of lithium-ion batteries is going to be increasing even more. One of the big challenges with lithium-ion batteries, in particular, is the fact that a lot of imported batteries are coming into this country. In New York City, it's almost reached the level of being a pandemic, and every day they're having working fires because all your scooters that a lot of the people within the urban areas use are using lithium batteries, and they're coming from foreign nations, particularly Pacific Rim countries, and when they're getting into the United States, they're being sold at consumer outlets, but they don't have the approval. So Underwriters Laboratory, UL, Canadian Standards Association, Factory Mutual, there's about 3 or 4 third-party validation organizations. So if you're buying consumer electronics, you're buying a new phone battery, particularly places like these roadside stands, kiosks, and malls, they have an affinity for buying these cheaper products. So it's very important that you buy something that's evaluated by a third-party lab. The other thing is we all tend to put our devices in chargers on a regular basis. When you see those green lights, take them out. You don't want to leave them in a charger too long. You don't want to overcharge, because what will happen is these batteries that are sealed units will start to heat up, and they can go through a process known as thermal runaway. And when that happens, they get superheated and they start to release gases, and they can actually explode. So they are very significant fire hazards. The third element that you want to look at is disposing of batteries properly. You never want to put them in your regular trash collection. You want to put them in a plastic bag, and you can either go to different consumer electronic outlets that will collect these batteries, a lot of your office supply stores, Best Buy, places like that. And then when the county solid waste runs their annual hazardous waste days, they actually have specific collection areas for these batteries. But we don't want them to end up over in any of the county facilities exclusive of those regular collection dates. Because what will happen, they'll get into large quantities of trash, they'll become superheated, and they'll cause large fires. The other issue is a lot of these fires, we can't actually put them out. It takes copious quantities of water. For example, simple fire in a car may take hundreds of thousands of gallons of water to put out. Our county hazardous materials team, which runs out of New Windsor with both career and volunteer personnel, we have special equipment and special procedures working with Maryland Department of Environment to dispose of these when they get heated or they get involved in fires. So that's why we want to focus this week on lithium batteries, because it is becoming an increasing problem. All of our people have special training in managing emergencies with these, and it's really about consumer awareness. So we appreciate the proclamation, and I want to mention that all of our stations will be out in the next several weeks visiting all of the county's elementary schools. A number of our stations will be having open houses. This Saturday will be the first, and that will be at Hampstead, where they'll also be celebrating their 125th anniversary, and that kicks off with a parade on Main Street in Hampstead. So we thank you for your continued support, and we hope all citizens will pay close attention to what this Fire Prevention Week is all about.
And if I may add, this Saturday, if you're not doing anything else, and there's a lot going on this Saturday, and you have some of those small lithium-ion batteries and you'd like to dispose of them, the county is having our hazardous waste day from 8 a.m. till noon at the county's Vehicle Maintenance Center on Old Meadow Branch Road. So bring your small lithium batteries there to get them properly disposed of.
Thank you. Chief, you covered it really well.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity, I think I mentioned this a few times, I had the opportunity to attend some training for this down in Mount Airy a few years ago. And what really struck me is that we had a couple small batteries for power tools that were quote unquote not charged, and those cooked off, and it looked like a flamethrower probably for about 5 minutes, and those were ones that weren't charged. So this is definitely a growing problem. So if you're listening, please make sure, and you got to watch what your kids are doing too, because they'll just wait till the last minute and throw these things on chargers and leave them there. So, but thanks very much, Chief, for those
And
comments.
Chief Robinson covered it well, but there's 3 more of you, so what do you want to share?
Take away from them.
I'm Bryce Ballard. I'm the treasurer for Local 5184, Carroll County Professional Firefighters and Paramedics. I'm also the station lieutenant assigned to Mount Airy. I just want to say we're proud to stand with the chief and the department for this Fire Prevention Week. It's very important.
Thank you.
Morning. Susan Mott, Vice President, CC Visa. We too want everyone to appreciate Fire Prevention Week. It's something that we've used for a long time to get the word out. It's only 1 week out of the year, and we really need it to be all weeks of the year to make sure that everyone is safe. So thank you for the opportunity and for the proclamation.
Thank you.
Rick Baker, Chair of the ESAC Committee, and also from the Mount Airy Fire Department. One other thing about the chargers and these lithium-ion batteries is use the charger that came with the product. Don't switch chargers with the products because sometimes they're not compatible, and that will also can potentially cause a reaction. During these open houses that we're having here, it's also a great opportunity for the departments and for the public to see the volunteer and career members of the department working together during these events. And it also provides an opportunity for some more public education of the transition that we're going through here in the county with the career department and the volunteer corporations as well, too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I learned a lot, but a couple questions. On this lithium batteries, I think it's really important to know. I didn't realize that overcharging was an issue. Is the same with laptops? Do they have lithium batteries? Because sometimes just leave them in forever, the charging. And I never had any idea that it would be overcharged. I mean, your phone you take out, your watch you take off, but I leave my laptop in all the time. So I think it is an educational opportunity for all of us. So thank you.
Yes, and on our website, as well as the volunteer company websites, we'll be putting up some educational materials, some links to some videos, and to really experience the dangers of this, some of the very impressive videos that are out there. People should watch those just to see the power of these batteries.
And it's a good thing you're going around to the schools because, educate the teachers and they can mention it to their children. When you buy extra chargers online, how do you know if they're approved and they match? I mean, you buy them for this certain thing. How do you make sure that they're the appropriate one?
Yeah, there should be a mention of that in the advertising. I believe the Consumer Product Safety Commission has some regulations with advertising with those. So there should be a way to check at the particular website to see if they're rated by one of those third-party validation organizations.
Well, thank you for the information. Thank you for your work.
Thank you very much for the awards. Thank you for what you do, and God bless you for it, too.
Thank you.
Mr. Gordon?
Just want to thank you, Chief, and everyone. Obviously, greatly appreciate you mentioning the off-brand batteries. I think we're all kind of, at times, a little too thrifty, I'll say. But you're absolutely right. We need to buy the right products, not necessarily the cheapest. So thank you for mentioning that.